Hi, good evening, traders. We are tonight on the 27th of September 2021, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And so, what happened to the market today? Well, a lot happened in terms of movement, but in terms of price gains, not much. Just 8 points of gain for the Nifty future to close at 17,862. Psychologically, it was a day wherein the 18K mark was breached at the very opening. 18088 was the opening high, post which the index essentially kind of slipped and stayed flat. Well, looks like a consolidation yet again. It has created a high ranged bar thanks to this opening. If you notice this blue arrow, this is marking the price momentum divergence, which is getting formed and staying in place. Interestingly, at today's low of 17,806, it broke the previous bar's low of 17,820. So technically we can call it an outside bar, a higher high and a lower low. Bottom line, we are in a strong uptrend, momentum is intact, and it's kind of given a sign of a little bit of ease off. But the main story is more in terms of index management rather than points gain or points loss or what kind of an inside bar or outside bar it has created. On the right, as you can see, these are the sectoral indices on today's trade. IT, which was an exceptional uptrend, of course, stretched, decides to cool off with almost a 3% cut. FMCG and consumer durables, both of them decides to cool off their recent parabolic gains. But it was very well counterbalanced by an erstwhile underperforming sector, auto, which decides to bounce back and move into an uptrend. Real estate has been doing pretty good, so it just extends the rally on the upside further. Energy has been stable, Reliance has been performing well. So if you notice, though IT was down close to 3%, though FMCG and consumer durables were marginally negative, but the index didn't go much down. It was held pretty well thanks to stocks like Reliance, energy stocks, real estate, and of course auto. Auto was quite a cracker, especially from stocks like Maruti, up 6%. Huge volumes, exceptional range expansion on the upside. This is a trend reversal that's happening for Maruti. M&M as well, pretty sharp V, at least means almost like a literally vertical 90-degree move from the stock. So we do see some movement coming back in these four-wheelers. Tata Motors is relatively better off. It's being much more stabler compared to the Marutis and M&Ms. Amongst the two-wheelers, we have Hero MotoCo, which was up 3%. Again, a trend reversal, short-term pullback, and then continuation with pretty good volumes. Bajaj Auto is relatively a safer bet. That stock too has picked up with high momentum. So across the board, it was the autos that held out. I keep on talking about stock-specific market. I keep on saying sector-specific market, and so this was the day of the autos. Rest of these sectors seems to be fine. It's always good to see that the Bank Nifty outdoing the benchmark Nifty. The Bank Nifty was up almost 1% compared to a extremely flat close from the Nifty. The Bank Nifty has inched above its previous swing high, which is a good sign. The trend is intact, the momentum is fine. If I turn this into a line chart, you will probably start to see such divergences shaping up here as well. That's okay. That's a sign of a bull market. That's a sign of a strong uptrend. The banks, the Bank Nifty do play a big role, and if you take a look at the top stocks, I think State Bank of India will be very, very interesting to keep a look for in the next few trading sessions. 3 days, the high of 451.65, 452.15, 451.50. That's the last 3 days for SBI near month futures. Essentially 452 looks like a short-term breakout level for the stock. A little volatile, as you can see, sharp sell-off, and then today holding well. I think 452 is going to be an important trigger for the stock going forward. I was closely looking at Sun Pharma for some hope of a for possible breakout on the upside. The stock seems to be still consolidating. Pharma's not doing so good. It was weak from the very opening today. So a prospective move above this level, which was like 778, 779, could have led to a breakout, but today it gave us a lower high and a lower low. So not much hope there unless we get a reversal. Reliance much more stable, holding well to its recent move. Same holds for ICICI Bank, same holds for HDFC Bank, which has picked up again fresh momentum. Same holds for good stocks like ITC. So the cream of the market, the top stocks are those who had shown previous strength are holding well. Stocks like Infosys, TCS correcting a little bit, which is sensible, and those who were underperforming now picks up momentum. Auto, which this entire story, when we the try and figure out the moral of the story, is essentially very good index management. We will see some sectoral rotations, we might see some change of hands in terms of leadership, but the index will try to hold its ground. 18k was breached momentarily at the very opening, but at the close of 17,862 it still looks like a pretty strong market. As I record this video, it's already past 9 p.m. in the evening. SGX is up 36 points and Dow Jones exceptional again, V kind of a recovery. We've been talking about this index for quite some time. A reversal on the downside, very sharp bounce back of pretty low volume. So it will be very interesting to see and observe how this chart play out over the next couple of weeks. But nevertheless, let's not call it a top, or let's not try to call it a top at all until there is some clear signs of that. But strong uptrend, momentum is there. We can get a consolidation, that's all right. We will continue to stay with a bullish bias and look to trade pockets of strength, fresh breakouts on the upside, or better to buy on short-term corrections. Thank you for supporting me and following my work. Till then, trade well, trade wise.